There we go. And I don't have the lights on in this room because they are so bright. They tend to make my, see, as I close up with my video camera, the color washes out. So when I'm back here, and also that window's throwing it off. Well, anyway, when I got closer, you saw the color got more washed out. But here's Benny, so he's looking a little more washed out on this video. Benny is doing well as far as the repairs I did. That's the wrist that I wound up doing some repair on. You do see a little bit of, you can see there a little bit of the matting powder, little spots where I didn't get the silicone totally smooth when I matted it. So, and usually over time, I find those tend to kind of wear down. This is the other hand where he had a little crustiness when I went back and matted him, but he's doing fine. Let me show you the top of his head. So he had some sheen to pop up on the top of his head, and I rematted it. And it still looked a little shiny, so instead of matting it again, I just put some more of the Just Matte powder over it. And I'm not one to wash and bathe my babies, but I'm sure as that is handled, as his hat's put on and off, it may get shiny again. And at some point I may remat it with actual matting powder, but I'm not going to do so right away, because you can only, I mean, at some point, if you just keep on adding Psycho Paint and matting powder and Psycho Paint and matting powder, you're going to wind up with some thicker texture. I can already tell right here where I've done it a couple of times. You can, if you really look, and it doesn't show up on here, you can feel that it's just a little bit thicker there. But anyway, I mean, he's doing fine. He's a precious little baby. That was some spots that tended to go shiny. They look fine now. But like I said, he's not a baby that I can just sell out the door and say, oh yeah, he's always going to be perfectly matte. And I don't think it has anything to do with the painting at this point, so much as this is just the nature of his particular silicone. Nothing against anybody who cast him or any product or anything like that. That is just, I'm just finding that if you're dealing with a softer blend silicone, you're going to see, I'm just going to lay his hat up there for now. You're just going to see more sheen develop on your softer blends than you do on your EcoFlex 20 and EcoFlex 30. This baby, for example, she's EcoFlex 30. She's firmer. If you'll look at her, you won't find a shiny spot on Lauren whatsoever. And she was painted in 2013. Over here I have Dawson. Let me move this thing, this bassinet. Once again, you won't find a shiny spot on this baby. He's EcoFlex 20, which honestly, I love EcoFlex 20. It's still squishy, but it's not so tacky feeling that it holds the matting powder well. Now, him and her, they were both matted with Fuse FX matting powder, which I have no clue what's in that matting powder. It may be a talc-based powder. I have no idea. But anyway, they've held up really, really well. And then here I have a headless baby. Sorry. So this is Lauren by Georgia Piggott that not Lauren, I'm sorry, that was Lauren. This is Emma by Georgia Piggott that I recently painted and matted, and her head has been sent out to be rooted, which I'm hoping to get it back soon so I can put her up for sale. But she's EcoFlex 30, which is the firmer silicone, and she's, you know, she matted, took the matting good, and she's not shiny. She's not gotten shiny at all since I painted her. So, of course, I've not been handling her a lot or anything. She's just been sitting there. But anyway, so in answer to the question I got asked this yesterday, I think somebody wanted to know how Benny was doing. Since I had put the pure Psycho Paint not thinned down, that is what I used on his wrists and his arms to patch him. And of course, I always put a little Novox thinner in my paint when painting, but not nearly as much as some people do. And then when I matted it, I did just use pure Psycho Paint. And I'm not going to lie to you, when you do that, it's hard to get it pounced out thin. And you run the risk of it drying or starting to dry skin over before you apply your matting powder. And then you run the risk of getting the little crusty looking spots, which is what happened to me there with him.